So, I'm going to go ahead and share you the story about the guitar brand that I don't play anymore. It might seem petty to some, but you know, you're entitled to your opinion, that's fine. Let's get started. So the brand I'll be talking about today is Suhr guitars. I've posted about Suhr before. I think their guitars are great. In fact, I remember one time when I had to get a tuner replaced and they sent me one at no cost. So I will give them props there. When I purchased the lime green metallic colored guitar, the Suhr Modern, I made a post on one of their forums just saying, hey, check this guitar out, it's awesome, you know, new guitar day, blah blah blah, like any other excited guitar player would do when they get a new guitar. And one thing I should note too is this was a dealer's exclusive, in this case being an Eddie's Guitar dealer exclusive, which by the way, Eddie's Guitars is awesome. In fact, that's where I got my Music Man L4 recently. So after I made my post, it's getting some traction, you know, all good. But then I noticed that the post was deleted. I wasn't getting any notifications. I'm like, what's going on? So I reposted again. And then I get a notification that the reason the post was taken down was because the Suhr forum has a rule that says you can't mention dealers. Now, I have to admit, that confused me. I've seen a lot of rules and forums before. For example, you know, no politics, which is pretty self-explanatory. You know, keep things about the brand, I get that. And as somebody that is a member of several guitar brand forums, Gibson, Charvel, Music Man, PRS, this non-mentioning of dealers was a new one on me, because in the brands I just mentioned, that rule is not in place. So what I did was I reposted it. I removed the dealer mentioning, but I also put a disclaimer on the post just explaining my side of the story, and that it was just in the name of the guitar, because it was. And it's not like we're talking about a forum that has like hundreds of thousands of members on it. I think it has like 33,000, which is nothing to sneeze at, don't get me wrong. But what if you're dealing with somebody that has hundreds to millions of followers? What's to stop them from mentioning dealers on their platform? What, are you going to start policing them too? I mean, really? And you would think you would want a guitar brand to know that their dealers are doing a good job for them. So anyways, when that post went up where I had the disclaimer on it, there was a Suhr fanboy, I can only assume, that was kind of being a smart ass. He was like, oh, well, you better be careful because one of the admins is John Suhr, and, you know, he might not like that. Okay. And then who I believe to be a former CFO of Suhr and is also a moderator on this forum, just basically says something to the degree of, oh, well, you agreed to the rules, you know, when you joined the forum, blah, blah, blah. And just basically being kind of a jerk. Now, I'm not going to say I wasn't a jerk because I was pissed that my post was taken down over something very minute. I mean, basically, it was like the equivalent of getting a 5-mile ticket, but you're being treated like you committed armed robbery. I'm not going to lie, this gentleman just took any joy I had out of getting this new guitar and just threw it out the window. And here's a couple of other things too. I was willing to write this gentleman a personal message apologizing on my behalf for being maybe a bit of a smartass. Because I was. My post was taken down. There was nothing malicious about it. If anything, it was giving praise to the guitars that they make. And I got no response from them. And ever since that situation, I've been very bitter about playing Suhr guitars. And let's just be real, Suhr guitars are not cheap. I spent my hard-earned money on 2 of their guitars, and this is how they thanked me for it. A post that was actually praising their guitars, but oh my gosh, he mentioned the dealer and the name of the guitar. We don't like that. Please make it make sense. And that's why about a year later after that, I decided to get rid of them. I had no desire to play them again. All because I was actually praising their guitars, because in all fairness, they're great guitars. So after all this took place a while back, I decided to do some research because I was curious as to know why they had this rule in place, being that of all the other guitar forums I'm a part of don't. And there was a comment made by the same moderator that basically reprimanded me regarding mentioning a dealer, saying that it's the dealer's request that they not be mentioned. So ignore the name on this. That's just who this person was responding to. It says, as I stated, the dealers have long ago requested this. It can give unfair advantage for a dealer, or even worse, allow people to post unsubstantiated complaints that often devolve into something unnecessarily damaging. Bottom line, it's against the rules based on dealer request, and you agreed to them. Thank you for understanding. And I was the one that actually had to research this. This person didn't even take the time to give me an explanation as to why a rule like this was in place. I might could understand it from the standpoint that they have a complaint and maybe they need to take it up with the dealer instead of a forum. I can see that. But not when I'm just praising a guitar and the dealer happens to be in the name. I think that's very heavy handed, if you ask me. I sent that on October 5th, and again, I have not gotten a response on it. I figured they would have at least sent some kind of generic corporate email saying, well, we value all our customers and we're sorry for your experience. I didn't even get that. It gives me more reason to not want to play their guitars. Like I said, this might seem petty, and if you think so, that's fine. I don't care. All I have to say is that the brands of guitar that I own, like Music Man and PRS, I can post the name of the dealer in the forum and not be reprimanded for it. Can't do that in the Suhr forum. Just saying. Like I said before, it's been on to bigger, better things. Do I have any regrets getting rid of my Suhr guitars? No, I don't. And if you like Suhr guitars and you enjoy them, hey, more power to you. That's totally fine. I never said they were bad guitars. Love and respect.